Sup dudes, today we're going to be reviewing the StarryNite Mars ultralight e-bike. It only weighs like 30 some pounds in this belt drive for low maintenance. It's got some skinny lightweight tires, so let's unbox it, build it, and see what it's all about. Here's what it looks like in the box. Got some user manuals, 2 amp charger, tools, bell, lightweight display. Seems like the pedal assist might be down here. Glossy paint. StarryNite. It's got a road bike style seat for sure. Definitely a little bit of squish. In the past, one of the places I've seen these style bikes kind of cheap out is on brakes. That is not the case with this bike. There are Shimano hydraulic disc brakes, 160 millimeter rotors, which is sufficient for a super light bike like this for sure. 160 millimeter rotor up on the front wheel as well. Tires are Kenda, which is a name brand. Kenda Quest. Here's the exact specs. Handlebars have an adjustable height, it appears. You just loosen up that dial there and you can raise and lower the handlebars, which is actually a pretty sweet feature. The motor is a 250 watt hub drive motor. Battery is integrated into the down tube. It's not removable, so we'll get on the charger now. Charging. Take through these guys. Flat handlebars on, Shimano levers, rubber grips, quick release lever. Time to get that front tire on. All right, got this thing built. Let's see what it's like turning it on. To my surprise, it's actually got a color, nice screen. Looks like battery percent is 80%, so I'll wait till it gets up to 100. All right, dudes, it's the next day. We're gonna take this thing out for a test ride, but first let's weigh it. On a lightweight bike like this, weight makes all the difference. So me, I weigh 204.6. Pick the bike up, which I can do with one hand. 36.6 pounds. Battery is full charge. This is a bike that's kind of meant for more street city cruising, so we're going to cruise on down some streets and head to the beach bike path. I'm on pedal assist 1 right now, going 12 miles per hour. I switched the units over to miles per hour from kilometers per hour. Let's go ahead and stop. I'll just give you a little acceleration, show you what the acceleration's like. Starting from 1. The motor kicks in pretty quickly, and you know, it's a 7.8 amp hour battery on a 36 volt system, which comes out to, I believe, about 280 watt hours of energy. So in general, you know, this is a lightweight, low power kind of system. Getting on this bike, one of the first things that I really noticed about it is it's not really meant for a very tall person. I'm 6'5". I definitely feel cramped on this bike. This bike is definitely meant for somebody who's significantly shorter than 6'5". Anyway, cruising along at 12 miles an hour, bumping on up to pedal assist 2. You feel a very gentle increase in power, bringing you up to about 12.6. Go ahead and give it a stop. Shimano hydraulic brakes on this bike are actually really good. Took it out for a little ride last night, just to kind of bed them in. When you get a new bike, you have to kind of brake really hard on those brakes quite a few times before they give you the performance, the full performance. So cruising at 16, I'll give it a real pull of the brake levers here at the stop sign. So yeah, hydraulic disc brakes on this bike are really good. I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to pedal assist 3 here. There's a minor lag on the cadence system, the pedal assist cadence based system. Not much. In general, the handling on this bike is very nimble and twitchy. It's ready to just tuck in and dive into a turn. So if you're looking for something nimble, this is a great option for that. Pedal assist 3 here, I can actually feel the motor working significantly more, bringing me up to 15.5 miles per hour. I'll bump that pedal assist one more time to 4. Didn't notice a big change in power, but now I'm at 16.3 miles per hour and pedal assist 5. which is max, brings me to about 16.5. So it does have the puncture resistant tires, which are great, you know, if you're going to be doing a lot of city riding where you have, like, you know, road debris, maybe broken glass, nails and that laying around. It's not going to prevent all flats, but it's always better to have a puncture resistant tire than not. So kind of two maintenance reducing features of this bike would be puncture resistant tires and then the belt drive. The belt drive, you're just not going to have to do maintenance like the chain, so it's always nice not have to worry about maintenance. Part of that belt drive system is it is a single speed bike, so no gears. Is it fast enough to keep up with traffic? So this bike does not have a thumb throttle or twist throttle. I do really prefer bikes that do have that, but that's out of my own laziness. The benefit of not having that twist throttle or thumb throttle is you're gonna have to put in some work on your own, and you're not gonna be able to just fully cheat. So anyway, we'll do a top speed run here. I have to use pedaling, ready, go. You know, it's not like a thrilling launch or anything, but 10 miles an hour, 12, 15, and 16, 17, 16.8 is what it's reading. So, you know, it's a commuter bike. This thing will get you from A to B faster than you could do it on your own with less energy from your own. So one cool thing about this bike is it really is like stealthy. Like, you know, looking at this bike, you really just can't even tell that it's an e-bike, really, to the untrained eye in any way. Battery's all built in right here. It's not removable. And then the hub drive is very small motor, kind of relatively not powerful motor, but the resulting form factor here is you literally can't tell this is an e-bike, and as you ride it, it is like pretty much as silent as it can get. I hear nothing. Nobody would suspect this is an e-bike. So while we're waiting for this light to change, I'll show you the headlight. Hold down that plus button, turns on, hold down the plus button again, turns off. So really not too much of a lag on the pedal assist. Little range update, we are 2.5 basically miles into this ride, 85% on the battery. I've been running it pretty much max pedal assist, so I'm gonna go ahead and bump it down to like pedal assist 3 now. So the seat that comes on this bike, it's not my favorite, honestly. Luckily I have a lot of e-bikes laying around, so I just literally swapped the seat out for one that I personally like more. It comes with a relatively narrow saddle. It's good for road bike riding. I prefer kind of more of a little bit wider saddle, so I just threw on an aftermarket saddle. Makes for a little more comfy ride. In general, this bike, the ride on this bike is not bad. All right, just arriving out here to the beach path, so we'll go for a little cruise. So if you're looking for a bike you'll actually get some exercise on, this will certainly be that kind of bike, because, you know, like I mentioned, there's no ability to just use the thumb throttle or twist throttle, which can be very tempting. And also, since it is a lighter bike and a smaller powertrain system, smaller battery, you're really just going to be encouraged and kind of forced to put in more of your own work rather than just rely on the thing being like a motorcycle, like a lot of these electric bikes are kind of becoming nowadays. Once you get up to speed and kind of maintain, you know, the power in your legs, and you're not stop and go traffic like I was back there to get to the beach path, this thing will definitely get better range, you know, just kind of cruising, getting some exercise in, putting some power down, and not relying on the battery to accelerate you from 0 up to 15. Very, very quiet bike. I'm so used to these fat tire e-bikes that the tires make a lot of noise, the chain makes noise, the hub motor you can hear making noise. This thing is stealthy. So I'd have to say, like, the biggest benefits and features of this bike would be that it's lightweight, stealthy, excellent Shimano hydraulic disc brakes, and a relatively nice display, easy to operate, and looks good. It's also got those fenders on there to prevent water from kicking up on you. And I like that this is adjustable, so you can move the handlebars higher or lower, or more forward if you want them more forward. The seat wasn't my favorite, which is why I swapped it out. And you know, this bike would be great for a shorter person, but if you're like over 6'1", 6'2", this bike's probably gonna be too small for you. That belt drive is gonna keep it low maintenance. These fenders, we can go straight through these puddles. Nimble e-bike. We will not be taking it down the stairs. Let's see if we can do this hill. We'll get a little rollout, full pedal assist, 5. Yeah, I can make it up this hill. So one question I get a lot of times on e-bikes is, can you ride it with no pedal assist on? Typically the answer to that is, well, I mean, you can, but the bikes are so heavy, it's like darn near impossible to ride it without the pedal assist. This bike's a little bit of a different story. I turned the pedal assist completely off and I'm cruising at 10. And I mean, you know, it'd be better if it was completely no battery, no motor, anything. But if your battery does die on this bike, you can ride at home, and you can ride this bike without using any of the motor or battery for sure. Let's try it from a stop. 0, no pedal assist. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, it'll get going. You can tell, like, it's a little bit hard to do with the belt drive because it only has like one gear and it's kind of geared for like a higher speed. Like the cadence of this bike feels really good and natural at about 15 miles an hour. But it can definitely be done cruising, you know, about 8. Let's put it back on 1. Oh yeah. Now all of a sudden that pedal assist 1 feels so much nicer. I'm not used to being able to having a bike I can just hop off the ground. This one you can. Oh, bunny hops. Definitely would not get this bike if you intend on riding off-road. This is certainly a road bike. How long does it take to charge? Well, if you let the battery go completely dead, it's a basically 8 amp hour battery, 2 amp charger. So divide 8 pretty much by 2. That'd be 4 hours to charge from empty. But if you only drain it halfway, it'd take 2 hours to charge back up. According to the official website, it says 45 to 50 kilometers range, which comes out to 50 kilometers is 31 miles. Well, that's really just going to depend on how you ride it. If you're putting in effort on your own, you could certainly get 31 miles. I will not be doing 31 miles on this bike today. So to tackle a little bit less of a hill here, I mean, this bike will definitely give you a boost going up it to the point where you can see I just passed a guy on like a traditional road bike without a motor. So it'll give you a boost for climbing hills. So I'll give you the final range numbers and battery here in just a moment, but to sum this review up, essentially, you know, if you're looking for something lightweight and stealthy, silent, that's going to give you a little extra boost for city riding, you don't have a lot of hills in your area, this is a pretty decent bike for that. Also, if braking ability is a top concern for you, this bike does have excellent hydraulic Shimano disc brakes. Also, if you want something low maintenance, this is good because obviously that belt drive is going to be very low maintenance. So let's take a look at the final range. So in today's ride, I rode for about an hour, 11.7 miles, 11.6 miles per hour average speed. Obviously, battery is down to 20%. The official website for this bike lists 45 to 50 kilometers, which comes out to 28 to 31 miles for the range. I weigh a little bit much for this bike, and also I was doing like a lot of stop and go performance tests, and the temperatures were a little bit cooler, which causes batteries to not perform quite as well as more optimal temperatures. So if you did weigh less than me, which is 200 pounds, and you didn't do quite as much stop and go riding and performance tests, you could certainly get more range than I got on my ride. Also, there was still 20% left in the battery. In ideal conditions, you could certainly get 45 to 50 kilometers. And also, unlike a lot of heavier e-bikes, when the battery does get low, or if it did happen to die on you, you could actually pedal this bike because it's light. And I was doing pretty much, pedal assist 3 to 5 for most of the day. So lightweight battery, small motor, it'll definitely give you a boost around the city. There is a link below the video if you're interested in the bike. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.